Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Ray Ron. We got another manga review. We've got One Punch Man Volume 2. Go ahead and look at the little paragraph back here. Nothing about Saitama passes the eyeball test when it comes to superheroes. From his lifeless expressions to his bald head to his unimpressive physique. However, this average looking guy has a not so average problem. He just can't seem to find an opponent strong enough to take on. He's easily taken out a number of monsters, including a crabby creature, a malicious mosquito girl, and a muscly meathead. But his humdrum life takes a drastic turn when he meets Genos, a cyborg who wants to uncover the secret behind his strength. Alright, so this is Volume 2. Kind of continue on from the previous story that there was a gorilla that our main hero was going after. Again, before I go too much in depth with this, I always want to put out the spoiler warning. So if you don't want to be spoiled, then come back to this video after you read this volume. But again, I'm going to generally talk about the story of Volume 2. Alright, so leads us to our main characters. Saitama, our One Punch Man, and his sidekick Genos, which you see on the main cover here. They are led to this evil scientist lair, and where this one individual is trying to find the perfect clone or the perfect evolutionary body of a human being. It led to a whole bunch of different experiments, led to a whole bunch of different cloning, and our superheroes are faced with a kind of demonistic monster that the scientist kind of says that's the ultimate evolved form of a human being. So Genos here tries to attack it with very poor results. He kind of gets shattered a little bit, to say the least. But One Punch Man realizes that he's wasting a lot of time, and he does what he does best. He's again very overpowered and basically obliterates the monster evolutionary human looking science project thing, and they come out victorious again, which is great. So then that kind of leads us to our kind of backstory a little bit within that fight too. We get a little bit more about the One Punch Man, because I originally thought that it felt like a dream that this individual was or this was it Saitama was dreaming that he was this One Punch Man, but that was completely wrong about that. It basically is that this individual trained up to be a superhero. He wanted to be a superhero, but it came at a big cost that he lost all of his hair. Yeah, so our hero here kind of explains that he did a lot of hard work, a lot of working out, and he basically tells his backstory that there's really no big secret. The only secret is that he worked hard, he worked out a lot, and got to his super strength level just by the conditioning that he did to get to his point. So I think it's a really humbling backstory, something that anyone can admire to. That if you just put in the heart, sweat, and tears into anything that you want to achieve, you will eventually get to that goal. So kind of a good moment there when you start to see the backstory of One Punch Man, and I really respected that, because you don't see that a lot lately. But so yeah, after we defeat this main boss when it comes to the scientist that with his evolutionary monster, we start to get introduced to the next set of villains, which is the Paradisers, basically bald guys that was able to capture these bodysuits that made them superhuman strength, essentially. And they wanted to be in this utopian style society. They didn't want to work for the rich man and so forth, and for these corporations. So they go after one of these corporations in the world here. Mr. Zeniro was what they were going to go after. But Zeniro has a secret weapon. We're introduced to a third character, main character. I'll get to that here shortly. By the name of Sonic. No, this is not Sonic the Hedgehog, but inspired because Sonic is a quick, fast ninja. So I think there's some inspiration there with the actual Sonic the Hedgehog. Pretty interesting. But anyway, so he's a fast ninja that's a bodyguard of this corporation boss. And we start to see more of these fights between Sonic and the main henchman leader, which he goes by the name of Hammerhead. And basically, Sonic and Hammerhead go at it. And it just got to the point where Sonic was able to defeat this individual, and then goes running off into the distance. And then we're introduced to, oh no, excuse me, no, Sonic doesn't defeat him. It was what happened was he defeated the other henchman from Hammerhead, but left Hammerhead alone. It was Satima ran into Hammerhead and wanted to basically stop him because he, for a weird, very weird reason, it was because in the local news agencies, they were basically giving the rep of bald man a bad name, because then they were starting to generalize and putting a stereotype on these individuals that if you're bald, then you're a bad guy. Obviously, our main character is bald, so he didn't like what was happening with that stereotype. So basically, he comes in and destroys the armor off of Hammerhead, and Hammerhead goes running off in the distance. And then One Punch Man then finds Sonic. Sonic's upset that he was trying to get the silent attack off of One Punch Man, but was not successful. And then eventually what happens is you get this fight between Sonic and our One Punch Man main character here. And it came down to a very interesting fight. Sonic never really lost, I guess, in the past. And he's really upset that he was able to be stopped by our One Punch Man here. And it got to the point that Sonic said that he had to do more training to make sure that he can come back and actually get his revenge on our main character, Saitama, which is One Punch Man. So, and that's pretty much where it left off. So, overall, this book is interesting. I enjoyed it. Again, a lot of cartoony type of things. Again, it's very self-aware of what it is. But I'm really interested to see where things go with the other characters. So we've got, now we got Sonic, we've got Genos, and what I said earlier about main characters is that I've got a hunch later down the road that One Punch Man is going to face a villain that he cannot defeat. Again, this is all, this is what I'm guessing, and we're starting to see like a superhero team start to get developed here. It's a very awkward, very quirky type of group of characters, definitely unique in their own style. And I'm really curious to see where it's going to go from here. So it feels like we're getting an all-star cast type of superheroes here. And I'm excited to see where it goes. Because you got the One Punch Man, you've got a cyborg, essentially, and now we have a super fast ninja, essentially. So it sounds like something out of a D&D campaign, to be honest. But it's very interesting to see that I've got a feeling that these guys are going to be important later down the road, that we're starting to see all these characters will eventually need to help One Punch Man get through eventually that one villain that he's going to struggle with or potentially get defeated by. So we'll see what happens with that. So the artwork is great. The characters look like exactly what the author wants to be. They look ridiculous, out of the ordinary, unique. The action sequence are pretty good. So you can kind of see here, this is when these, you got Hammerhead down here, very straightforward. This was a secret laboratory, or the building that they were going to go to crush it for the quote unquote, CEOs and so forth. So, but yeah, I really like this volume. Again, very nice, very thought-provoking drawings, and definitely gory. So I definitely like that about this. Definitely do not want to show this to younger children. This is definitely very adult oriented, but I like it. I like the story so far. So that is volume 2 of One Punch Man. Thank you guys for watching or listening to me kind of go on with the story a little bit here, but I definitely recommend picking it up. So far it's been a good series, so it has me hooked. I can't wait for volume 3. So with that, guys, I will see you on the next video.